Good morning, Wrestling Inc. Welcome back to the Wrestling Inc. Daily. It is me, your managing editor of WrestlingInc.com, joined here as I am today by the human billboard to my left. He is rocking the official Wrestling Inc. Daily t-shirt. You can go over and get that at the Wrestling Inc. Pro Wrestling Tee Store. It's our good friend from Second City, Chicago, EJ Cameron. EJ, welcome back to the show.
Good to be back, man. Happy Tuesday. Have you been outside today? It's beautiful.
I was out yesterday. I spent quite. Hey, well, what are you doing like this afternoon? Do you have tech? Do you have dress today?
No rehearsal. I'm getting a couch moved in, and I'm doing a podcast at 5. Yeah.
6:30. We're gonna go get drinks. Me and you, maybe 7. We'll go this after. We'll go later today.
Maybe I'll see what's up. I'm off all day tomorrow, though.
Hey, by the way, y'all just saw the maybe, right? Where I was like, no, we're gonna go have fun. You weren't like, yeah, you didn't yes and me. You were like, hold your horses, Nick. I don't know that we're gonna be getting cocktails today.
And I got plans and stuff, and I'm coming off of a heavy migraine yesterday. I was outside all day myself. I went to Six Flags and forgot to drink water.
What? You went to Six Flags and got dehydrated yesterday?
Yeah, you shouldn't drink beers in the parking lot, I guess.
Whatever. That's a lie. You know it. And also, before we get to all the show stuff here today, your shirt is kind of like a vintage item now. We have officially retired that logo for the Wrestling Inc. Daily. The new Wrestling Inc. Daily logo, as seen in your iTunes store, is this. Oh, I'm getting all of my updates here right now. You're probably seeing all this stuff, right? But it's black, and it says, by the way, and everybody can see the other nerdy political podcasts I subscribe to. But
we don't want to see your text.
Anyway,
well, Nick, I need a new shirt.
What?
I need a new shirt.
Yeah, we'll get new shirts. Anyway, thank you to Rocky, by the way, for the new logo. Rocky Baya. Go follow him on Twitter. All right. We got a show to get to here today. We're going to talk some pro wrestling news. You're going to talk with us via your comments. So you can jump in the comment section wherever you may be and leave a comment. Maybe we'll pull it up here on the screen just like this with Praddock. Hello. Good morning, guys. How are you doing? I'm in a great mood this morning, EJ. How about you?
Same, dude. I am buzzing off of my coffee. I drank a lot of it, and I'm like, so if you thought I was wilding last week, oh, buddy.
Yeah. I'm also off the chain this morning. Real busy morning for me. I'm drinking my Two Brothers coffee here, and
Two Brothers,
dude. Do you know that
the porch blend?
No, this is the dark roast.
Oh, I got a seasonal porch blend for spring and summertime.
Wait, you also drink Two Brothers coffee?
I swear to God, I'll go grab it right now.
Dude, we are such Northside bougie. We're so Northside bougie, EJ.
We've made it, Nate.
Dude, Two Brothers is a brewery, by the way. It's on the outskirts of, I think Two Brothers is actually in Indiana. I don't think it's in Illinois. Look at that. No, you have the medium roast. I do dark roast. I have to have the most powerful stuff. For whatever.
And I'm a little hipster boy. I hand grind it for my pour over. This is who I am now.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, we've spent a lot of time up top just talking about nothing here, and I see there's like actual wrestling questions that are popping up here in the comment section. So I think
that's what we're doing.
I think we should probably get to the show. As much as I know everybody loves to know the coffee we're drinking, it's a big selling point. So. You're in the comments section. I see you all there. You have questions. Eva Marie, Samoa Joe questions. We're going to talk about all that here in the news block. If you're listening to us in audio form, subscribe to the audio version of the show as well. You will hear part 1 of our good friend, Drew Rice. He is back. This is another interview that he did as part of his college senior project. He got an hour with Nikita Koloff randomly. And so we're going to play part 1 here. We had part 1 of Barry Horowitz yesterday. We're going to have part 1 of Nikita Koloff here today. This is a new rollout strategy we're working on where we bust the interviews into parts and roll them out in non-consecutive days. So strap in. We're trying some things here, okay? So
it's like, where's part 2?
Part 2 will likely be later this week, but I don't know. Again, it's getting weird in the factory over here, man. We're just trying stuff over at Wrestling Inc. So... Anyway, part 1 of Drew's interview with Nikita Koloff here later on. If you're in audio form, you're going to be able to watch that in video form. I'm going to do my best to have it premiere at 1 p.m. Eastern. It was a longer file of all the things I had to do this morning, so it'll be up here premiering right around 1 p.m. Eastern here. You can go check it out over there, join the chat room, talk about it. And then we'll dive into the mailbag. We're going to look at what you would like to see Samoa Joe do in WWE NXT, which brings us, of course, right to news you can use. News that will leave a bruise. I'll start with a comment here. Dro Davidson. Nick, Samoa Joe is returning tonight for NXT. Yeah, Dro knows what's going on because he saw the PW Insider report that Samoa Joe is now officially back with WWE after being released back in mid-April due to budget cuts. Joe is coming back to work exclusively with the NXT brand. His return to the company comes after Triple H reportedly, quote, snatched him back as soon as possible. And since it's in quotes, I imagine there was like physical snatching going on.
He jumped out of a van and said, "Come here, Joe." And pulled him back.
It's bringing it back to his TNA days. Remember when Samoa Joe got kidnapped in TNA?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Joe's like, this business is crazy. I've been kidnapped multiple times.
So many times.
On and off camera, always being kidnapped. Anyway, so a source noted. This is going
to be Wendy. Wendy's going to jump out and pull him in.
Dude, we're going to have such a great show. All right. A source noted that Triple H was not happy with Joe being let go and wanted him back in NXT instead of going to work elsewhere away from WWE. Triple H was the point person responsible for signing Joe back in 2015, and at one point gave him a unique contract where he was able to continue working indie dates. That is interesting. Joe was not backstage at TakeOver in Your House on Sunday. There's no word on when he's officially going to return. Maybe tonight. Joe has not wrestled since February 2020 due to concussion issues and was working as a Raw commentator when he was released. It was noted that when he was at the Performance Center in recent weeks, he was not taking any bumps. So regarding Joe's in-ring future, it's believed that while he could wrestle at some point, that is not the goal with this upcoming return, as they want Joe to focus more on non-wrestling duties. It's possible that Joe's return is related to NXT General Manager William Regal teasing change for the NXT brand at the end of TakeOver on Sunday night. WWE is promising there will be a follow-up to Regal's tease tonight on NXT. Samoa Joe, and by the way, the Observer also saying, looks to be given a Regal-like role with NXT. He's the favorite to replace Regal. So what do you think, man? Just like, what do you think of this, EJ?
I'm happy he's back. I was upset that he was let go too. Selfishly, I'd love to see him in the ring mixing it up. But when he was an announcer, he was perfect. They need more announcers that have the in-ring experience, that can talk about the things and get people over the right way in the wrestling mind. And I think Samoa Joe was so great at that. Just his presence was great. And he's a big, burly figure. He can still get in the ring and mix it up. If he's a general manager, I think that's going to be great. Just a rough and tough general manager that won't take any crap from anybody. Like if you super kick him, he'll probably eat it because he's bigger than you, and then throw you to the moon. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So welcome back.
Yeah, I'm interested to see. I'm after this report. Like I'm pretty well convinced at this point that Joe's probably going to be the new general manager or authority figure, or maybe it's art by committee, right? Maybe it's him and William Regal working together to oversee NXT, kind of a Sonya Deville, Adam Pearce thing. I don't know, but I'm less sold on the wrestling thing now, especially after seeing this report that, he's not taking any bumps right now. And these concussion issues, man, they've taken people out or away for years. It is a very serious thing. It gets treated way, way differently than it did, even 15 years ago.
Yeah, and he came up with that hard-hitting style. There was that era where people were in the indies, him and Bryan Danielson, CM Punk, just kicking and beating the tar out of each other. And that adds up, especially as you get older and you always have that, that style.
Man, it'd be great.
So,
yeah, it'd be great to see him and Daniel Bryan both at NXT, right? Like, just kind of turn NXT into Ring of Honor. Like, 2008.
Because I want to see Daniel Bryan and Pete Dunne. That's it.
Hey,
Samoa Joe Ultra. That's it.
Yeah. Hey, CM Punk, you want to come to NXT and go work for Triple H? Yeah. Anyway, if Joe's happy, I'm happy. He's obviously a great addition. If he can't wrestle, I don't know. AEW's really piled up with managers and talkers at the moment. I don't really see him fitting. And then again, like an authority figure in Ring of Honor. I don't maybe. So this seems like, I think, the best fit for Joe, if everything here is correct, right?
Yeah, I don't see an AEW. I wouldn't see him there. He seems like he would go to Japan before he would go to AEW.
Well, first of all, Alonzo Smith, I hope Samoa Joe comes back tonight on NXT. I want to see him wrestle, though, and getting Karrion Kross's face. He's certainly I think he's more imposing than William Regal now, right? Mm-hmm. Like he could be, face to face a little bit more, believable. Also, though, Alonzo wants to know, are Nick and EJ both wearing matching WInc Daily t-shirts? They must have planned it. We are not. I'm wearing an old style shirt. That's a Wrigley Cub. There. So no, we're not both wearing WInc Daily shirts. Also, I didn't shower. I slept in this. Should I tell everybody that or no?
I mean, if you want to, you got the little droop. You sleep. You look comfortable, man.
It's such a busy. I feel so bad. I have showered before every episode of the Daily so far. This is the first one. I'm just a little unkempt, so I apologize to everybody.
Nobody noticed, but now the comments are going to be alive about
it. We also have, let's see, Mary Al. I would have liked Samoa Joe to wrestle, but it will take him anyway if he isn't able to. Oh, we'll take him anyway. Okay, got it. Yeah, totally.
Same.
Let's see. We have Polio Del Mar, Paul Pratt, our Thursday co-host. Regal wasn't imposing even when he was wrestling. Disagree.
Whoa.
That is a hard no for me.
Whoa.
William Regal with the brass knuckles. Come on. That was a scary.
Whoa.
That's a scary man. Jack the Ripper stuff.
He did not punch Finley in the face and get his nose broken to say he's not. That man will bend and break anybody. And I think everybody just has a respect for him because they know that.
Good friend of the show, Sean Patrick O'Brien. Oh man, Nick, you're a Cubs fan. I want to be very clear. I am not really a sports person. I play a little fantasy football each year. I am a fair weather Cubs fan. I am there when they win. I was there in the pit of massive people when they won the World Series. I'm not going to Cubs game. I have no idea. I couldn't tell you one person that plays for the Cubs right now. No idea. Anyway, no idea.
You're still like Sammy Sosa, right?
Yeah, Sammy Sosa, right? Has he caught McGuire's home run record yet? Are they still?
God, that was over 20 years ago. Now you say that out loud, I'm like, hold on, wait.
Was it? Oh, dude, that was so great. I remember that. That was so fun. All right. Anyway, back to the wrestling. So Raw was last night. Raw. Oh, this show.
Raw.
This show. Live fans cannot come back soon enough to Monday Night Raw. Because it's going to be great when fans are allowed to react to stuff that they don't like, right? Because right now, right, like I will be more compelled to watch Raw live with fans so that Vince can get this feedback in real time.
So you can say, oh, that wasn't a good promo, or it's silent. It is quiet now that they're just pumping in the noise. And I'm surprised nobody's called it out yet. Like when Roman comes out and they're chanting, "You suck." I'm like, hey, Billy in the back who just pushed that button, I will punch you if you ever press that again when I'm speaking.
Yeah.
I don't know. Call it out. I don't know. It exists. But yeah, Raw. We need the people back.
Yeah. But I think they should continue to just call it the Thunderdome. Even with people in it, like I just think it's a cool name, right? Like why not call it the Welcome to the Thunderdome every week?
Yeah. Where they go? Raw Thunderdome.
We're going to the Thunderdome, right? We're going to
pack up. We're going to the Thunderdome.
Fun name. It's a fun thing to say. All right. Well, last night there was a Raw last night, even though, as Polio Del Mar says, easy to forget Raw was last night. Yeah, they're in a holding pattern at the moment. But we did finally get the beginning of Evolution. Eva Marie made a return on Raw. She brought out NXT UK superstar Piper Niven with her. WWE previously announced Eva versus Naomi in singles action. Eva came out to the stage with Niven and walked behind her as Niven rushed the ring. Niven then told a confused referee to ring the bell as she would be competing, and the referee just rolls with it. She's like, yeah, sure. Yep, that's a good. All right, sure.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I guess that's how it works here. Niven then went on to dominate Naomi, finish her off with a Michinoku driver in literally about, I think, 2 minutes. After the match, Eva took the mic at ringside, announced herself as the winner, even though she never stepped a foot in the ring. Niven left the ring after the win, hugged Eva at ringside as the two celebrated. But while Eva also looked to cringe a bit. I want to throw in Alonso's comment here. Piper Niven was so disrespected last night on Raw. The commentators acted like they didn't know who she is. I guess she's getting a name change like what happened to Commander Aziz. Yeah, it sounds to be right. Fightful reporting the new ring name pitched for Niven is Dewdrop or Dowdrop, but nothing is official as of this writing. I was so baffled. I'm not surprised. This is what they do.
But I agree with Alonzo. Just who's that? You work with her.
Yeah, dude.
You're both in the same company. I know who that is, and I barely watch NXT UK. I was like, oh, it's Piper Niven. Cool. She's great. I remember her from the Mae Young classes and all this and this and these things. So we don't. She doesn't have a history now. Come on.
Yeah.
Don't treat me like I'm dumb. Mm-hmm. So I'm just supposed to be like, I've never seen her before.
Well, yeah, because Liz Liz was on the couch with me this morning watching SmackDown, and she's like, first of all, she said Eva's beautiful, and she was like, who's this? I was like, that's Piper Niven, right? And then we're sitting there, and they never call her Piper Niven, and it was very confusing, right?
Yeah.
Just amongst people that have a knowledge of the product, I'm sure, sitting there, kind of like the T-Bar.
Watching the few, yeah.
Like what Dominic Dijakovic just became T-Bar for no reason, right? And
Mia Yim, and we were just like, okay, sure.
And I don't want to change her name, right? Like, I think Piper Niven, good name, why Dewdrop sounds like some kind of My Little Pony, right? It sounds like sounds like a Care Bear, to me.
I'm over here thinking they're going to have like a whole Mountain Dew campaign. She's going to be like Randy Savage and Slim Jim, and she's going to be like, get a dewdrop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Go.
Polio Del Mar, by the way, Paul, I'm mortified by everything about this angle. So let's talk about the actual dynamic here, because I'm also like a little upset about first of all, I thought this was like not very strong. First of all, I thought it was very by the numbers, especially after weeks of buildup for this Eva Marie thing. It just felt like very underwhelming. And also I don't want to be mean here, but is this Vince McMahon's bit of like, I'm going to put a big girl with a small girl, and the more attractive girl feels like weird around this like obnoxious bigger girl? Like the dynamic to me felt like a little condescending, like I think I understand. Here we go. Yeah. Polio back at it. Typical of WWE to make a plus size woman frumpy, nobody to cater to a hot competitor. That's exactly what I thought. I was like, this is like, be a star. Yeah. This is not be a star level.
And the thing is, what I'm hoping for, because this is what it feels like. It's like the little sister, big sister program. Oh my God, you're so beautiful. I look up to you. If Piper doesn't suplex her to the moon in 2 months or so from being treated poorly, or this isn't what I think it is. But I don't have faith in them because they did Piggy James, and they've just like done awful things just about women's bodies. So I don't know. And also, I feel like last night it needed to open with Eva saying, "I'm not wrestling tonight. This is my something."
Yes,
something. The who, what, where, what is this? You just have her go to the ring and tell the referee, "Yo, I'm fighting," and he's like, "Okay, yeah. I get paid either way, baby." Like, what are you doing?
I agree. I would have loved a promo to kind of like explain what is happening right now, and that seems to be the strength. Like, this came across to me like Eva's going to be either a chicken shit occasional heel competitor or a straight up manager, right? I don't really know what she is, and that's kind of been the issue through the advertising as well. Like, I kind of wish she'd pick a lane. Like, they're trying something here that's different, which is, good. Like, try different things, see what works. I feel like this one, though, pick a lane, right? If she's here to help women, empowered and take them to the next level, and I'm going to take Piper Niven here from the scrums of jolly old England, and I'm going to bring her here to the States. I'm going to make her a millionaire. Tell me that story, but I don't get this story right now. And what I got of it was like Paul said, or Polio said, like, not really. Yeah, Not really.
I don't trust it. It was the cringe, and I'm always like, maybe they won't do the thing we expect.
Two comments I want to bring up here real quick. Anthony Y saying that crap with Naomi getting jobbed was total bull. She does deserve so much better. Hell, she had Lana as a tag team partner, and it seemed to work so well. But nope, they let Lana go. So now Naomi gets blah. Yeah, dude. Like, I was upset for Naomi. That's the other part of it, right?
Terribly upset. That was so fast. Former women's champion,
dude.
Naomi.
And look, I get it. You gotta help make new people, help them get over. But like Naomi, like Raw's women's division up top, thin, very thin. You have like Charlotte, Rhea, Asuka, and we've seen that. Naomi in that picture would really spice that up. And this does not signal to me that Naomi is going to be winding up in the women's title picture anytime soon over on Raw.
Yeah, and I think they did the thing of, to cover up for it, they did a lot of women's matches. There was a lot of women's matches last night for Raw. And I was like, this is great. But also, it all kind of felt spinning in the same cycle of just the same things we've already seen. I'm like, look, if we're going to do things with them, do something, or at least say Naomi's been training for Eva, so she wasn't ready for Dewdrop. That hurt me to say. I was like, pipe red Dewdrop. The Pokemon Dewdrop.
My little Pokemon Dewdrop. So ex-Pizza Wings here. Naomi is always the worker of any team she's in. Let her in the singles picture. Wholeheartedly agree. And then the other one I wanted to bring up in here was from Alonso. I heard that Mercedes Martinez was in the running to be aligned with Eva Marie, so she's dodged a bullet for the second time, like with Retribution. And it's true, right? You know, she knows when to get out.
She probably like pulled up Triple H by the shirt and said, yo, tell me what they're planning on doing with me.
Yeah. Yeah, and John here, Cup, saying, didn't we see Naomi at the Women's Royal Rumble go deep into the match? I thought she had a good performance. Dude, yeah, they're just so hot and cold. I have no idea. And her husband's destroying it over on SmackDown right now. Like, if it's just not working on Raw, have her go be part of whatever. Like, have her be in her husband's ear. Like, you can do better than this. Why are you?
Yeah.
Why are you? Putting up with this guy over here. Like, there's a million different things I could think of a better use of Naomi than what we got last night.
Exactly, and they're not doing it. And she's so good, but I don't know.
Yeah, well, that was an official take from Wolfgang in the Noid. Yeah.
Wolfgang in the Noid. Noid.
All right. Lastly, here from Raw last night, Alexa Bliss versus Shayna Basler, now official for Sunday's Hell in a Cell. I do not really want to recap everything that happened with Reginald to lead up to this bout and the match with Nia. But it was noted on commentary that this is going to settle things between Bliss and Basler for good. I was just happy to see Alexa wrestling first, right? So she seems like she could go. More of that. And we're going to get Alexa Shayna now at Hell in a Cell. So.
Yeah, we get a Fiend/Undertaker-esque Alexa Bliss. I felt the same way. When I saw her in the ring and just attacking Nia nonstop, working the leg, doing like chopping her down, I was like, oh yeah, I enjoy watching her wrestle. I've always enjoyed watching Alexa Bliss wrestle ever since she was doing back in her like Elsa days in NXT. Yeah. So I'm happy that she's doing stuff. That was a weird crawl. I'll let it rock.
Sure.
Supernatural. I mean, I feel for Basler coming up, but
yeah. I just can't wait for the Fiend to come back and allow Alexa to kind of get back to what she was doing with Bray. She's felt very like, I appreciate multiple storylines for the women over on Raw. Not everything needs to be about the women's title. There's this subplot like here with Alexa. It's different, but again, like this, everything with Alexa is why I want fans back at Raw, right? Like, we need to hear from the fans, or not hear, like you said. We need to hear, we need to figure out live, what is the pulse of is this working or is this like not? But I need the fans to tell me that.
And you know what happened? I think at WrestleMania, there was such a big response to her coming out there and the black goo falling on her face. the crowd went wild for it, and then it just ended. So I think they were like, hey, see, it worked. Alexa, you're going to be doing this for months. And they're going to love it because we can't hear them. So, yeah, we're just stuck with swing sets and fire. I don't know. I think the crowd will respond accordingly. And I too, cannot wait.
Can we low-key give some props to Reginald, too, for really over-delivering here? Like, he's been a highlight for me. The guy moves like Gumby, right? He's made of rubber. And great visuals. He's not trying to steal the scene, right? He's really good at playing background, but like when he's given a moment to like shine, like the dude does great stuff. I'm just a Reginald fan.
I'm a Reginald fan as well. Whatever t-shirt he's wearing, I want to wear it. I also like that they have the women beating him up.
Yeah.
That's dope. I'm like, are you bringing it back? Bring it back.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about women in the sphere of WWE. Selena de la Renta, may have seen her in MLW over the past few years. Well, Fightful saying Selena was at the Performance Center yesterday. No word on if she was training in the ring, participating in a promo class or something else, but it's believed that WWE has offered her a contract or they're planning to. The company has had interest in signing Selena for some time now, going back a few years. The Observer jumping in saying that Selena is set to close her merchandise store at the end of the month, and that's definitely possibly a sign that she is headed to WWE or another company that wouldn't allow her to sell her own merchandise independently. Of course, you probably saw her get thrown to Montaza over on MLW as the launch of the Lucha Azteca. I think there's probably a very good chance she winds up in NXT, and I welcome her. She's great. She's wonderful.
Oh,
yeah.
I feel like NXT is really building up a women's division like nobody else, and I think they're gonna crank something crazy out, especially if they keep signing people like this. To the moon, baby.
Well, and the thing I like about Selena, because I've had the privilege to talk to her a couple times on the show. She's a really great performer. I don't really know wrestling-wise what she can do in the ring, but she's a great performer, great talker, and just a straight hustler. Like, there was a brief period for MLW where she was actually handling press relations and was like really good at it. And then she got to do other things and, didn't need to do that. But I really enjoyed her in that role. Thank you, Selena. You were very good in that role. So I'm just happy for her. She's just a really good person and she's gonna be great. That's my hopes.
No, shout out to Selena and whatever she's doing at NXT.
Polio's right. Selena was murdered off in MLW because that's the things they do there. Well, Lana CJ Perry is preparing to, quote, spill the tea on her time with WWE. The former ravishing Russian took to Instagram this week, talked about how she has a lot to say following her WWE departure. She noted that she can now be the face she wants to be and is looking forward to standing up for the truth. God bless. And for people who have been exploited. She said her WWE release came as a big shock, and while she has, quote, a lot of tea to share with fans, she's also extremely grateful for a lot of things she experienced while with WWE. She also said she's looking forward to speaking out after being, quote, silenced for years. I mean, it sounds like she was in a North Korean prison, right? Like,
she's like, I'm finally going to say my... But maybe they were holding her down. I don't know. Or she's building buzz for herself. But either way, I'm like, what are you going to say? What is it? I hope she says something that we don't know already.
See, and what I love about Lana is like, remember when she did Salty and she was throwing salt at people for a while? Mm-hmm. Maybe she'll physically be spilling tea on people now,
I hope so. Little teacup saucer action, just throw it at their face.
Yes. Lana, it's just a turn of phrase. You don't actually you don't have to bury a hatchet, right? You just have to get over your beat somebody. Anyway, all right.
So you jump over this steak, this ground beef right here.
All right, back to Lana's comments about Kim Jong McMahon. Lana also said she has a lot of you like that? Slid that
You're
in.
A monster.
Lana also said she has a lot of unsettled business, does not want to give up pro wrestling because she loves it. She said she's cried about it a lot as she doesn't want a billionaire, one such as WWE Chairman and CEO Vince McMahon or anyone else, to determine her destiny. Regarding her release, she noted that she cried after she got the call while her husband, current AEW TNT champion Miro, did cartwheels when he was released last year, which I would like to see. I don't know that I've seen Miro do a cartwheel, you know?
I don't think we have either, but now I think we all need to see some Miro cartwheels. Please and thank you. I'm putting it out there. I think it's unfortunate that she cried. I understand because she put in a lot of work this past year. Like, they put her through 50 tables. She started when people were talking about it, got a buzz from that. She's wrestling with Naomi and working on double team moves and matching gear, and they're actually friends and dancing on TikTok. And then they just, all right, that's enough. It was a bummer because I was excited to see how she was growing and what her and Naomi, I was expecting a tag team run.
Yeah, I liked her and Naomi together, but it always felt to me like Naomi could probably be doing better. And I say that, and then now look what she's doing this week, and it's like, well, maybe bring Lana back, maybe give her back to tag team with Lana, you know? But it never felt like a fair trade, right? It always felt like Lana is being carried by, she was wearing Naomi's outfits, she was doing Naomi's entrance. She had really lost her identity. It was absolutely something I've been thinking before her release. Like, she was no longer, she was like a chameleon. She was taking on the skin of whoever.
They did that with her tag team partner. Wasn't she with Natalya for a hot second and did the same thing, started dressing just like her? I mean, that's a character trope and continuity that we asked for. Like, everybody knows that person that gets a new friend and takes on their personality, or dates somebody and takes on their personality. There's something to say there. Like, have Naomi call her out like, hey, you're doing too much.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely felt like she had lost or at least the people writing for her had lost the idea of what Lana was, right? She no longer really had an identity. So I'm excited. I think it's a given or a layup, whatever you want to say, that she'll wind up in AEW with Miro. I mean, these two getting to be authentically themselves and no stupid, Russian accents and whatever else is going to be a really compelling duo over on AEW TV.
You won't have to marry Bobby Lashley. They really put her through a lot this year. I'm just thinking about, got divorced. She was dating. Weren't she about to date Liv Morgan? They had a weird thing.
They did. They were lesbians. Yeah, hot second, they were lesbians. All right. So anyway, a couple write-ins here. Dino Garofalo. Oh God, don't give WWE ideas about Lana actually spilling tea. Give her the old Johnny Curtis persona where he had actual chips on his shoulder. That's great. On that note, Pollo Del Bar, she's going to start literally taking people's skin, very single white females.
That's what I'm saying. Pollo, you get me. We gonna hang out. That's what I'm saying. Like, that character right there. Everybody just starts noticing, like, yo, why does she have black eyeliner on and breaking people's arms? Oh, she's been hanging around Shayna Basler. Now she's wearing a mask and dancing in a fur coat. She's trying to be like Asuka, and she does it all the way till she's a champion, and she doesn't know who she is.
Yeah.
Boom. WWE.
All right, some backstage news here. Some WWE HQ news. WWE has brought back Scott Smoot to work as VP of Live Event Production, according to his LinkedIn page. Smoot was initially released in September 2020, along with COVID-19. It's a fun name to say, isn't it?
I know, but it's already a fun name to hear and say, and you're adding just a little mwah to it.
Thank you. Well, Scott Smoot, he had been with WWE since January 2014, and Smoot's LinkedIn page notes that he has returned to the company. It also indicates that Smoot is working remotely for the company full-time. After leaving WWE in September 2020, Smoot did freelance work until February of this year. Smoot then went on to work full-time as the senior director of creative and match presentation at the FC Cincinnati soccer team in Ohio. So I'd never heard of this man. I'm glad he's back and he's working, and I hope that he's in my run sheets more often because it's just a really fun name to say.
It's a fun name, and I'm a child. Just giggling every time you say it. I'm like, again, yes, Smoot.
Smooty up in here.
You got to start a Smoot chain at a live event next time we go.
Smoot. I'm so dumb. All right. Lastly here, before we get to part one of Nikita Koloff with Drew Rice, if you're listening in audio form, and we're going to have that up here on the Wrestling Inc. YouTube very shortly as well. Former WWE superstar Fred Rosser, a.k.a. Darren Young, has officially signed with New Japan. Rosser, New Japan announced this yesterday that he has signed an exclusive agreement with the promotion. And good Fred Rosser, Darren Young, whatever you want to call him, great performer, really did not get to do as much as he could have in WWE. But also, I think this is the most notable North American signing, or maybe only, to New Japan during the pandemic. They're not really signing anyone from the States right now because it's very difficult to get them over to do shows, obviously, because they're not, quite under control like we are here in the States. So,
yeah.
Worth
so
pointing.
Shout out and congrats. Yeah, didn't we hear rumblings that he was trying to get over there for a while?
He's been doing New Japan Strong like for 6 months or so, right? He's been, and I know I've interviewed him and I've talked to him, and he really loves that New Japan area. He's good friends with Rocky Romero, and so I know that this has been something he really wants to do, and so it's great. I just want to point out there really aren't any like people from the States signed with New Japan, so I don't know if there's anything anybody wants to take away from that they've signed somebody from the States, maybe more, maybe they're looking at doing things, I don't know, but I thought that was very interesting, and I'm happy for him. I hope that when everything gets up and running fully again for New Japan, Fred Rosser's given a chance to never open weight championship run, something of worth. Find
whatever his character is as a wrestler is the thing, and he can just be.
All right. That brings us to the mailbag, everybody. Thank you if you're listening to us in audio form. Thank you to Nikita Koloff and Drew Rice for that great interview. And of course, EJ, thank you for talking the news of the day up top with me. We're going to dive. So the mailbag at WInc Daily, WINC Daily over on Twitter. That's the account to follow. You can vote in the daily polls. You can find out when new episodes go out. I'm trying to tweet out more things about when things are going live because, we have so much going on here right now. The Laboratory of Wrestling Inc. working overdrive. But today's mailbag question, Samoa Joe has been driving so much traffic, so much intrigue going into to NXT tonight. I wanted to know, what do you want to see Joe do in NXT? If he can, would you like to see him wrestle? Would you like to see him as the authority figure? Would you like to see him doing commentary? Well, over 200 votes here in just the last hour. 59.9% say they would love to see Joe wrestle. 33.3% authority figure, 4.3% commentary, 2.4% other. The thing that I take away from this, the fact that 1 in 3 people are like already sold on Joe being an authority figure is actually a pretty good sign, I think, if that's the direction they're going.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I think either way, I think everybody's just happy to see Joe. No matter where he is or what he's doing, we're going to be happy to see him. But yeah, selfishly, I want to see him wrestle. I think I said that earlier. If he's healthy and can be safe and not harm himself and cause further harm, then yeah, I would love to see him wrestle. But if it's going to keep him paid and safe and just living a good life, then yeah, I'm going to be an authority figure. He's actually scary. Maybe William Regal passes the brass knucks down to him.
Oh, okay. I can see that. Yeah. And by the way, I've screen shared the poll. I've tried to engage the screen share more on the site while we do this, right? So we can throw things up. Look at that. So you can all see the poll with me right here. And look at that, 20 plus notifications. We are very popular Twitter account. I'm going to give props here to Six Rings 9880. He has a great bit of booking. He has a great booking idea. Joe should win the NXT championship, get called up to Raw during the, quote, shakeup, lose to Mace Riker, the Doll Ninja Guy, and Ivar, have green slime poured on him by Shane while he coughs up black goo, marry Bobby Lashley, and then get released. Wow. Damn.
You know what? Didn't think about it, but now I think I need that.
3 stages of hell, my friend. Okay. The Buff Cat. Why not all of the above? Sure, if he can do it. Right? I'd love to see him. He's great in the booth.
All at the same time?
Sure. Why not? Do it all. Tuesday Night Joe. At Earl Barnett, I'd love to see Joe wrestle, but only on a part-time basis. I'd like to see him do guest commentary like Jericho does too, but at NXT, yeah, you know what? That's actually a really good comparison. I'd like to see him in a similar role as like Jericho over at AEW.
That would be pretty dope. That also made me think of, it's very specific, when TNA, Booker T was doing commentary and wrestled while doing commentary at the same time. I think Samoa Joe could do that.
Well, at Me Love WWE 1, Great Twitter handle, by the way. They just wrote, just shout War Games. Like Regal.
It's very fun. You just, Regal opens a door just for Samoa Joe's in there just like brooding, and he just says it, and then they close the door, and that's it.
Well, back here, away from the screen share, man, isn't that cool? Like the screens, dude, I love.
We're in the future, man.
Dude, I love it, man. Where's my flying car? All right, let's see. Polio wants to see him wrestle 1,000%. Dino, you should have your authority figure bigger than 90%. You shouldn't have your authority figure bigger than 90% of the roster. And I would have.
Would you?
Because I think back to like Gorilla Monsoon, who was like my favorite, right? And he's huge. He's Gorilla, you know?
Yeah. Why not? I mean, I thought that for a second because everybody there is a little bit shorter, but so what?
Mm-hmm.
He's an authority figure, so when he steps in their face, they'll probably be like, all right, cool. I'll be chill.
Alonzo Smith, Samoa Joe is the new NXT GM. Could be interesting whenever there's chaos or fighting in the parking lot. Joe can just choke people out with that coquina clutch. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, in the write-in from 6980, X Pizza Wings wants to know how that Slapjack didn't get mentioned. Yeah, dude. Like, Tucker's gone. I thought you were a Slapjack guy now.
Where is Slapjack?
That is a great question. Where what are T-Bar and Mace doing, right?
I mean, I think we saw her in the tag team something last week.
Right.
A tag team battle royal, but where's my boy Slapjack? I love his finisher.
Yeah.
Bring back Slapjack.
He was the only one I really liked look-wise. I was like, oh, he's the Casey Jones of WWE. Okay.
Yeah. Mixed with a little bit of Gollum.
Antonio Garcia, if he does commentary, Joe, I just wouldn't want to see him take Wade Barrett's place. I think it helps NXT to have a commentator with a British accent. Yeah, Wade Barrett is fantastic in his role, and I also agree with. I would hate to see Joe come in, and I don't think that'll happen, but I would hate to see that too.
Yeah, same. Wade Barrett has a beautiful voice, just a thick voice.
And then lastly here from Praddock, who has asked this several times throughout the show. Hey, Nick, where is Jinder Mahal on Raw? I don't know, right? But it does seem like, because like he's healthy, right? He's back.
He's got a squad.
Maybe he costs McIntyre the title at Hell in a Cell.
That I'm hoping. His guys rip the door off and just like smash him up and then leave.
I kind of hope that McIntyre gets screwed over at Hell in a Cell. Can't go for the title anymore, and then gets drafted over to SmackDown and can feud with Roman. And the biggest baby they made during the pandemic and the biggest heel they made during the pandemic can finally get their rocks off in front of a large group of people.
What, you said bring back The Rock to do what?
No, get their rocks off. Wait, also Vince, put your hands on, please. That is
oh God, sorry.
Call me Kim Jong McMahon. I run this place. All right. Well, that's the end of the show, everybody. That's what we're going to call it for today. Thank you all so much for joining us here. I will be back tomorrow. I'll be joined by another comedian friend of ours, Brian Wool, will be in the house. And, of course, tomorrow it's mystery interview week because, again, we're doing this. We've got a new system for the interviews, so we're still trying to figure it out. So maybe it'll be part 2 of Barry Horowitz. Maybe it'll be part 2 of Nikita Koloff. Maybe it will be a brand new interview. I don't know. Anything is possible.
You should drop a part 3 of a random episode for the future. Be like, whoa, that sounds crazy. Wait till you see part 1 and 2.
Oh, wow. Drop them out of order.
Yeah, like an M. Night Shyamalan Tarantino bit. You like show the ending, and then you're like, you wondered how I got here.
Yeah, they're like, Nick, you try things out like they try things out on Raw, right? Like maybe don't try everything out. You know, there's some things that just work. You know that. Anyway, this is going great. So come back tomorrow. We'll have more punditry. We're doing great numbers, by the way, on YouTube, and we have a new audio platform. We're over at Red Circle as of yesterday, officially, which means nothing to you in the way you interact with the show, but it is nice to know that there is a reputable company hosting the show and doing a great job with that. Maybe some sponsors here on the show soon. That would be great. Do you want to sell Blue Chew stuff? You want to hawk dick pills with me, EJ?
Whoa. Hawk dick pills. It's a wild statement, Nick. Yeah, sure. I don't gotta use it, right?
I mean, maybe you want to though. Like, I'm kind of starting to think about it. I'm like, wait, like 3 guaranteed hours? Like, that's crazy, man. You know,
I'm scared like it'll break me and then I need it after that. Like my body's like, now you need it. Now you're old.
I see X Pizza Wing saying I need to sell Manscaped. We actually have Manscaped as a sponsor over at Pro Wrestling for Life with Sean Waltman. They're great people. This is my lawnmower. This is to trim your nether stuff. You know, anyway. They're not paying me for this, so I'm going to stop. All right, so we're done. But sponsors on the horizon, I think, for the show because it's
yeah. Brothers, call us.
Yeah, 2 brothers would be great, dude. I'll try to figure that one out on my own. So
I'm gonna tag them on Twitter today.
I'll start drinking during the show. I do this thing at 11 a.m. Central, and I have work to do in the afternoon. But if the sponsor wants me to, I will start drinking earlier in the day. You know. So.
You know I will. I just do comedy.
And then, of course, we have WrestlingInc.com, all the socials. The Wrestling Inc. podcast is at night after all the shows. Watch that. Subscribe to the RSS feed. EJ, what do you want to plug, promote, put over here to wrap up the show today?
The usual. Keep being a good person. If you want, give me a follow. Send me things that make you laugh. I love laughing at stupid online videos. If you're in Chicago, I'm performing at the Second City Thursday through Sunday. So come buy a ticket. It's expensive, but come out if you want.
Mm-hmm. Or DM
our stupidness.
DM EJ. Are your DMs open?
They're open. Maybe I'll read them.
Okay. Well, I know you get comps. So what I'm saying is,
Nick, you're gonna tell the strangers I can give them free Jesus, Nick. Supply and demand, man. It's gonna be Phil. He's gonna be like, "Yeah, send me a ticket so I can punch you in the face."
Wow, Phil, not even in the chat today, man. Like, well,
maybe he's a Thursday guy, or was that Wednesday? I don't remember my days anymore.
Hey, EJ, eat a bagel.
Oh, you're right. Pizza wings. I'm trying to cut down the carbs. I gained like 16 pounds in the past like week and a half.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm just eating like I always have, and I'm kind of fat right now, so I need to lose some weight. So
yeah, I blew it all. I worked to my summer body, got it as soon as summer hit, and then ate and drank everything.
Okay.
They need to close outside, right back down.
I'm Nick _Hausman over on Twitter. Go check out Pro Wrestling for Life. New episode Thursday. We're gonna have Matt Cardona and Effie. It's gonna be very good. And thank you all so much for tuning in. I will talk to you tomorrow. And remember, if you winked, you didn't miss it. Goodbye, everybody.